Ladies and gentlemen, I want to conclude the hostile takeover of European countries has to be stopped.
Well, hello friends, I've just landed here in Warsaw in Poland, and over the next day there will be a conference, a small conference, a small working session. Mr. Grzegorz Braun, who is the chairman of the Polish political party called the Confederation of the Polish Crown, or just the Crown as they are being called in Poland, has invited us to check out what our common problems are and what kind of solutions we can bring to the table. The invitees are politicians and very influential people from Slovakia, from Germany, from Belgium, and obviously from Poland, members of parliament, members of European Parliament, and I'm there as well. So let's see if we're gonna have some fun. Enjoy!
The conference that we are having here in Warsaw is actually formally a meeting of a parliamentary group. That is the best we can afford. We can create such a group to discuss the most important problems that we are facing now, and we are happy and proud to have guests, special guests here in Warsaw, coming from different European countries. The main topic would be options, possibilities, urgency of creating, let's say, international anti-globalist alliance, because we are facing very similar problems, mass migration, or I should rather say migration wars. On the other hand, the pandemic, COVID measures that are more and more some segregational apartheid, new apartheid system being imposed in all European countries all over the world. And this is something that we want to face together. There is the main entrance.
All right.
Let's go. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
We are actually right now on our way to a press conference, and Mr. Braun is being harassed by some guards or police officers or whatever. I really don't know what's going on, but I was told that this is happening a lot. So what happens here for the third time, fourth time? Grzegorz Braun actually wants to go somewhere, but
every time. I'm not a member of the Polish Parliament, but I visit that old buildings from time to time. Last time I was here last week, and this situation happened again and again. Obstructions from the officers of the guards of the Polish Parliament. Grzegorz Braun appears. That means something will happen.
It's impressive because that happens literally every time. It was like 3 or 4 times this day we had a situation where kind of we wanted to go somewhere, there was insecurity, they came up with 5 guys, then there was discussion, then they kind of went away. State enemy number 1 almost.
Yes, that is crazy. This is crazy. If somebody else would come, not Grzegorz Braun, but the member of the governing party, or the main opposition, this situation would never happen. But when Grzegorz Braun is coming, the guards are immediately doing these obstructions for Grzegorz Braun and his guests, as we are here today.
Dziękuję bardzo. Szczęść Boże. Z mojej strony słowa
najserdeczniejszego powitania i podziękowania. Dziękujemy przyjaciołom Polski w Europie. Czasem zdawać się może, że tam w Brukseli i innych stolicach zachodnioeuropejskich wszyscy Polskę znienawidzili.
My country, and I'm a member of Vlaams Belang, who is the biggest opposition party in Belgium. And my message today is very clear. Dziękuję Polsko. Thank you very much, Poland, for defending the European borders. And I want, first of all, to honor the brave Polish soldiers and also border policemen who are protecting our borders, who are protecting not only the Polish but also the European borders, so they are also our borders. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to conclude. The hostile takeover of European countries has to be stopped, and the globalist and multicultural agenda that is first forced upon us by mass immigration is a major threat for our European civilizations and for the different member states of the European Union. When you look to the mass immigration we are undergoing now, it's a sort of a military operation. All those so-called refugees, illegal immigrants and others, they are soldiers without arms. They are defending an ideology who is hostile to our way of life. They are soldiers of Islam who want to conquer by the way of immigration. Immigration is called hijrah in Arabic, and it's what Muhammad also did when he went from Mecca to Medina. The weapon of immigration is used to conquer and to colonize other nations.
We want to bring a message to the people that they are not alone, that in every single country in Europe there are few groups which are talking or having different opinion about this coronavirus thing and about the whole situation, but many people think that these groups are alone, that they are lost and they are isolated, but that's not true. There are many, really many people in Europe, in every single country, which needs to be connected and show the world that we are many people who don't agree with current situation, with what's happening right now, and we want to change it. We want to return our lives back to normal, not keeping this lifestyle of lockdowns, of COVID viruses, of fear forever, because it's not sustainable and it's not worth living.
You are in the European Parliament. What are your experiences from there?
I think in the European Parliament, probably most of the MEPs, Member of Parliament, are, let's say, crazy. Those people are completely, they have completely different lifestyle. They don't understand the problems of common people. I call it's a kind of legal corruption. They have high salaries, high budget for assistants, good offices. They go to good restaurants, so pretty high lifestyle. And after a year or two, they simply lose the contact with reality. And this is how it works. So they are paid very well, and many people who come to European Union or to European institution with aim or goal to change it, they say after a few years that, okay, so the European Union is not so bad after all because I have a good, decent standard, and let's keep it this way. So this is, as I understand and I saw it in a few years, this is kind of legal corruption. So these people are corrupted to be obedient to European Union, to the idea of European, let's call it federation or superstate, and simply they change their mind very often. Of course, there are few. Like 100 persons, I suppose, from 700 members, which have different opinions, which keep their beliefs, their ideas, and who follow their ideology and who are not corrupted. But still, the vast majority of the Parliament or of the European Union are liberals. For example, one thing from last days. I can make two examples. One is related to this Green Deal thing, the ecology and all this stuff of protecting the environment. For example, the European Union or European Parliament moves to be more specific, agreed on a resolution that people in Europe should start eating more insects, like worms or some other kind of stuff, because cows are producing gases which lead to global warming. So, for example, this is really for me ridiculous. It sounds like kill the cow and you save the planet, which is really stupid, of course. Another example how the Union is completely different is, for example, there is a migration crisis nowadays. There are migrants coming from Belarus to Poland, right here where we are, and the European Union is going to found a fence on the border. Okay, that's a good idea for me. We need to protect our borders from the African migrants. That's okay, but at the same time, last year when Viktor Orbán from Hungary asked for money to build a fence on the southern part of Hungary to protect Europe from the southern wave of migrants, they said it's racist, it's discriminatory, it should be stopped, and fence cannot be built. So this is very, very strange how they think, and it shows that these people have no fixed idea. They have no brain, let's say, whatsoever, and they just do what they find in the moment best, what suits them best, their purpose.
Also ich bin hier, um unsere alten politischen Freunde und Weggefährten wieder zu treffen und natürlich auch für die Zukunft das gemeinsame politische Vorgehen zu besprechen. Denn die Probleme, die wir jetzt gerade in Deutschland haben, in Polen, in Europa, sind die Probleme Migration, sind die Probleme Grenzschutz, und die können wir nur zusammen lösen. Und insofern wollen wir dafür sorgen, dass die Regierungen endlich aufwachen und hier wirksamen Migrationsschutz für Polen, für Deutschland und für die EU in die Wege leiten. Ich rate jeden, der also hier was von Multikulti träumt. Ich rate jedem, der davon träumt, den Islam bei uns heimisch zu machen, einfach mal wieder ins Ausland zu gehen, nach Warschau, und gucken, wie die Dinge hier funktionieren. Man fühlt sich hier heimisch als Europäer. Die Straßen sind sauber. Es gibt keine Störung des öffentlichen Lebens, kein Muizzinruf. Und das sind Dinge, wo ich sage, wir können also durchaus von Polen lernen und uns da eine Scheibe abschneiden. Berlin finde ich persönlich nicht mehr so lebenswert wie noch vor 30 Jahren. Da gibt es zu viele Dinge, die mich eher an Anatolien erinnern oder mehr an Nordafrika als eben an meine deutsche Heimat. Und wir sind angetreten, eben, dass wir unsere Identität noch bewahren wollen. Und da tut ein Besuch in Warschau von dieser Hinsicht aus mal wieder auch ganz gut.
The mainstream media, I suspect, avoid very thoughtfully avoid any contact with me. So I'm from time to time they invite me to take part in some television program, obviously to cook me, to boil me, and to eat me, and well, my business is to survive.
You have a lot of stress there inside. I mean, like on 3 occasions at least, there was something going on with the guards, with the police and everything. It's kind of charming. It's like very rock and roll, you know.
Well, it is. It's not boring, isn't it?
I mean, usually people in Western Europe say that Poland is like very based, meaning that it's kind of very concrete and you know it's not that much of a hassle.
Okay, I won't argue. Let them think so, but we know here how pathetic and unsincere, untrue to its own political agenda is the government here. The authorities just say one thing and agree to another, going to Brussels or going to Washington or going to Berlin. And maybe very soon we'll see them in Moscow. They do as the globalist agenda wants them to do.
Any payouts? Well, I mean, you usually would say like, okay, we do this, but give us money for that. That would be the normal exchange of things,
Yeah, but
right?
this is the problem that as soon this is the European Union and the superpowers game is a casino, and you cannot possibly win with the casino.
All right, friends, that's kind of it for now. We were at a private dinner where we were checking out what has to be done and how each one of us can contribute to the cause. Now, I know for some of you guys who are living in Western Europe or you're living in the USA, you might be black-pilled and you're thinking nothing is ever going to change. Nobody's doing anything about our current state. Well, there is a lot happening. It might be a little bit late, but it's not too late. Things are looking good. The future is bright. Friends, I'm going to see you soon. Stay safe. Goodbye.